And now, let us meet the inductees into the 2018, isn't it?
Sorry.
That's okay. No, don't always read the script, Bob. 2018 Silver Circle class. Let me first introduce to you a lady I worked with for a long, long time at Como. Tracy Vedder, retired in 2017 after just 30 years in the business. She started in Spokane, as they said on the video there. She moved from KREM. She started at KXOY, moved to KREM, and then we were smart enough to hire her and bring her across the state into Como, and I relished the day that we did that. She made that move and her new home at Como, and I worked with her for years, first as a colleague, side by side, and then I got in a lot of trouble trying to be her supervisor. But I'll tell you what, she kept me on my toes. She loves stories that make a difference at a very personal level. And when Como committed to doing full-time investigations in 2007, Tracy picked up that baton and ran with it. She went after organizations and agencies that were in positions of power and that had abused our trust. It didn't matter whether they were hospitals, charities, government agencies, iconic Seattle businesses. If they did something wrong, and sometimes with deadly results, they were in Tracy's crosshairs. According to Judy Endion, who was an attorney for us at Como for a long, long time, let's put it this way, Judy and Tracy spent a lot of time working on things together. It sort of kept us out of certain other issues, but Judy said, Tracy is the very best investigative reporter I have ever worked with. She's tenacious, determined, courageous, highly competent. She is, I think, one of a kind, and a journalist that I'm proud to call a colleague and delighted to welcome to the Silver Circle. Tracy?
I knew you were going to try and make me cry tonight, Bob. First of all, let me just say, I am so excited to be here because the Silver Surfer is one of my all-time most favorite superheroes, and to finally become part of his club now is like the highlight of my career. But seriously, I have to say...
Excuse me? Silver
Surfer.
Oh.
Silver Surfer.
Okay.
Silver Surfer. I have to say also, though, seriously, I feel a bit outclassed here, and I'm not really sure why I'm here tonight. I'm glad I'm going first because I don't want to follow any of these folks here. I'm not really sure I belong, but I truly am sincerely, sincerely grateful. And I'm not going to cry. You know, retirement came a bit earlier for me than I had expected, and it left me wondering about my place and my purpose in this world. This honor tonight reminded me that I could still look back with pride at my career in an industry that truly does make a difference, as you all know. I don't know about you all, but for me, journalism has always been sort of a love-hate relationship. I love what we can do, the worlds that we can open up to others, the connections that we can bring, the voices we amplify, the wrongs that we can right. But I also sometimes hate it. I hate that we may have too little impact, that our profession can become self-involved, that sometimes glamour wins over guts, and that we are too often spectators at life and death. But in the end, this work that we all do is a precious and a powerful thing, and I love it. You know, I have to say also, no one gets here, as you all know, no one gets here by themselves. I think my career probably started with my mom. You know, I wanted to be an actress on the stage. She always said, well, you go for it, Tracy, but why don't you consider some communication classes just as a backup? Well, my mom, she always steered me right. And since then, the rest is history. There have been so many people, friends, family, colleagues, even the subjects of the stories that I've had the honor of working on, who have shaped me as the person and as the journalist that I have become. The past several years, I was blessed to work with a great group of journalists at Como TV. And I need to call out just a few of them. Some of them are here tonight. My great friend Kelly Just, who spearheaded my nomination tonight. She and Kiyomi Taguchi, both here. The video, which I have yet to see, the full part of which Bob has now instilled fear in my guts for. But more importantly, they were the best workmates around. There were days we laughed until our guts ached. There were days of absolute heartbreak when we cried and we hugged and we were there for each other. There was world-class swearing. And I know we terrified many interns and young producers. Kind of proud of that. And through it all, we made good journalism. We made a difference. My mentor, Bob Thronson, who helped me be so much better than I ever could have been on my own, from his critical thinking skills to his thoughtful and insightful questions to our epic script editing sessions. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? You are the best. Photographer Randy Carnell, who is not here tonight, but with whom I saw some of the darkest and most adrenaline-filled stories ever. I always knew that Randy had my back no matter where we were, and I hope that he knew that I always had his back. There are way too many stories, way too many people to mention here, but my most important inspiration has always been my partner in adventure and in life, my wonderful husband, Dane Burns, who's crying, I think, right now. I wouldn't be here without Dane's willingness to live with unreliable schedules, a wife who could be gone literally for a week or more with barely a moment's notice, maybe no notice, and sometimes into dangerous places. And he has been there always to support, to help, to celebrate, and my love, to champion me every step of the way. And finally, I have to say thank you to Natus. On behalf of not just myself, but all the journalists through the years, who fight and who scratch and who bleed for this career that we love, many times with little or no recognition. And Natus is always there to say thank you, to say we see you and we appreciate you. And so I want to say to you, all you board members, you people who work so hard to make this world a little better for us, thank you. I see you, and I appreciate you. Thank you.